going on YouTube? This is Dominic.
Zach.
And this is Zach right here, and we are going to be recapping and reviewing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and we got a lot to talk about, man. I just seen this movie yesterday. So, yeah, we want to talk about this. There's a lot to discuss. To me, this is one of my... I didn't watch this for a reason, because I didn't think it was going to be good at all. That was just kind of my...
Well, did you even know it was an animated movie, or...?
I seen it because during Venom, at the end of the trailer, it showed it, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't think there was no way that I would even like it. I was like, oh, come on, this is a fucking cartoon Spider-Man. I don't want to see this. And then I ended up looking at it for the first time yesterday, because you told me to.
Yeah.
And
I watched it like a week ago, I think, so...
What you think about it?
Well, I just thought it was great. I thought both, like, the Peter Parkers were awesome. You know, there was the original Peter Parker, who was 26, and, you know, he was still kind of new to the superhero shit. He was almost like the Spider-Man from Spider-Man PS4, because he was been in the, you know, he was doing it for like 8 years or so, or however long. And, yeah, and then the next Peter Parker, who was, like, depressed and, like, didn't even want to, like, live anymore, was great, so...
I think the whole... I mean, first of all, let's just get into the fact that we got an African American. I mean, obviously, so that is brilliant. And just I mean, let's talk about the soundtracks. I mean, you had Biggie playing. Which
I was fine with that. Biggie.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD, I know.
Yeah.
But like all the rest of them, Post Malone's trash. So
you know what I'm saying? But it was just so good, man, because everything worked out so fine and it worked out so perfect. Like I said before, and I like how, like I said, both the, you know what I'm saying, you got Peter who died, you know what I'm saying, which was like, okay. And then you got Miles who was there, you know what I'm saying, who wanted to avenge him and say, you know what I'm saying, I'll take care of this basically for you, you know what I'm saying?
And it was good because, you know, that Peter Parker originally, you know, the Peter Parker that died, he would, like, basically gave Miles the ropes, like, because he kind of almost knew he was about to die. And he was like, okay, Miles, this is what you need to do. You need to do this, and this is how you learn, and this is what you need to do, you know. And it was cool because he sort of knew he was going to die. He's like, I'm going to part this on to Miles.
That's because Kingpin's big arm ass said, boom, and it was over, and I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I was like, oh, what the fuck? But yeah, no, but it's weird because Kingpin, he was so huge and his head was so small.
I can't, bro. Like,
and then his family was like all like 2 foot tall, like his.
Yeah, he was a strangely built animated character. Like he had little head, his body was massive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, the move that he did to kill Peter was just, I mean, rightfully so. Like, he just killed him like
that. And then, Dom, I think the best part about this movie is it was so good to see, like, Miles, like, as, like, the lead character, and, like, he was just, it was his whole, they shit on him so much throughout the movie that, like, it was just like, God, this guy is just, he's getting shit on, because you notice that scene when he was in the room and Peter was, like, kind of giving him, like, he was giving him that speech about how, oh, you know, you might not be able to do this, and you can't, can you do this on command? And they were all hanging outside the window, like, maybe he'll, like, inspire him. I can't do this. He's like, okay, I gotta go. That was and just
it was funny too, because like I said before, I liked the scene. So this is at the beginning of the movie where you had like Miles getting dropped off at school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how what was it, his dad or his uncle? It was his dad, right?
Yeah.
And his dad was like, say that you love me. And he's just like, and everybody all the students was looking at him like, and he was like, nope, say that you love me. And he said, all right, I love you. Like, that was funny. It's a story of an African American's life, you know what I'm saying?
Like, that was torturous. I was like, wow, damn, you just want your kid to get picked on. Like, but yeah, another thing I loved, I think my favorite, like, kind of scene throughout the whole movie was at the end when they all had left and it was Miles and Peter, and they're like, okay, let's go do this. And then he, you know, he knocks Peter off the edge, and he grabbed him before he was gonna fall. And because Peter, if you notice throughout this movie, Peter Parker was like trying to die. He was so depressed, like, because his divorce or whatever, and then it was cool because he got that call back where he's like, you know, he was basically telling him, like, you know, he gave him that same speech that, like, he gave him, like, it's okay, you can go. And then he said, what was the quote? I can't remember what the quote was that he said, that he repeated to him before he said, I know what you're talking about. He said it's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Because he was basically, he was telling him, Miles, basically, like, you can go fix your life, and like it's not over, and like, I'll take care of this. It was just like a great, like, passing of the torch moment.
And he was stuck Miles was stuck in a crossroads, because what was his dad was the one that worked for Kingpin, or was it Aaron? Who?
It was his uncle.
Yeah. His uncle was uncle, yeah, who was the one that was trying to get him into graffiti, and all that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because the entire time he had no idea that his nephew was like, you know what I'm saying, Spider-Man the entire time, and that's the person they've been trying to get. We got to get Miles. You know what I'm saying? He don't even realize. Hey,
I feel like as a superhero viewer, I was pretty stupid for not realizing that that was who that was. He was that, like, whatever villain that is, like his uncle. But yeah, I don't know. So
that was funny though. I just thought, like, oh my god. And then what's her name?
Gwen.
With the pink hair. Beautiful animated.
She was the blonde.
Yeah, what's her name?
That was Gwen Stacy. Like the short, and she got it buzzed on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Gwen.
She was called. Oh, I was getting so annoyed too. Let me tell you why. Because I mean, it's normal that it's supposed to happen this way, but I was so annoyed that he couldn't catch on to his abilities. I mean, he just everything. He was just sticking to everything. And I'm like, dude, you know what I'm saying? But it was
that was his whole journey at the end.
Yeah,
and it was great because I thought it was cool because usually for like him coming into it on his own, they'd say, okay, you have to like Peter was staying, they take Kingpin down together. But I thought it was cool that they said, like okay, well, I'm just leaving this in your hands, and he drops it. And it's like, okay, Miles. Like, you have to do this by yourself as like a new Spider-Man.
Right.
You're still a teenager going up against like Kingpin, who just killed the other Peter Parker.
Right. And then, like I said, I love, like I said, the moment when he touched Kingpin. Remember, with the little thing, and then it was like, and then he backed away, and then they destroyed that big ass. What you call that thing? Whatever it was called. That was, it was going to destroy everything.
Yeah. I don't know, the turbine, something.
Yeah. What's up? Well, y'all know what we talking about, but you know, he ended up destroying that thing or whatever. And I like that scene where he just touched him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he electrocuted and just like flew back.
And that was because that was his uncle's like advice to him about the like females and stuff. He was telling him, like, you know, the hand on the shoulder or whatever. Like, and that was like his finishing move.
That's what I said. I think that was pretty cool. And I like the fact that it was like it was just a bunch of Spider-Mans. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause even the girl, she got bit by a spider. You know, when she's telling her story.
It was all the different universes with Gwen.
Yeah,
the music, I thought, I liked Miles' theme. Like when, because they would keep doing it. And you remember when he went on the roof to jump off to take the leap of faith, and he was like, then he ran back down the stairs.
Oh my God! Hold on! Wait! That was so funny, bro. And I'm glad you just brought that up because that was one of the funniest scenes in the whole movie. Because they played, like you said, they played that music, and it was like he was about to do it. He got on the tallest building he's seen. He looked down, and you just knew he was about to do it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he did that, you just seen him going back down the flight of stairs. He went to the second lowest building. That was like one of the funniest scenes, I think, of the entire movie, man. It had his moments, so it was good.
Yeah, and I thought another scene that I really liked was when he finally did it, you know, he jumped off the building, and how he jumped off and just fell down, but then they reversed the camera so he was so it was like his like ascent to like becoming Spider-Man instead of him falling down. They turned it around, even though he was going down, he was going up and becoming Spider-Man. So that was,
because you know Peter gave him that chip, and he wanted him to you know do what he had to do to put it in so he could fucking do what he had to do. But you know what I'm saying? Miles had a big road ahead of him when he was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything was left in his hands, especially when he was so inexperienced with everything. Like I said before, the guy didn't even know how to use his web. He didn't know how to do anything. Like, he was still sticking to every wall. Even when he fell from the building, he wasn't really caught on to everything. He was still kind of just gliding and falling, and, you know what I'm saying? And everything was just working that way. And who was it? Who was it? Was it the girl that seen him walking on the building? You remember he was because you remember he was going from classroom to classroom. Remember he was outside of the building and he was sticking to each part like he was on the wall.
I forget who it was. Like Gwen. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was her, but she was the one who seen him from the outside. So I think at that point she kind of knew. You know what I'm saying? Like what he was, because you know obviously she was. Spider woman.
And her story is kind of interesting, cool in the comics. That Spider Gwen, you know, where she like Peter Parker. I think in the comics she actually accidentally killed Peter. I think that's her origin story. Like,
see, I gotta see the comics.
Yeah, well, there's so many comics of Spider-Man. You know, you could sit there for just centuries and you'd still be reading the Spider-Man comics.
Right.
But yeah. So what do you give the movie overall?
For me, man, it's definitely a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
And to be honest with you, I did not expect that. I came into that movie because I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first seen it, I fell asleep right before. I think when he was in his room and he was laying down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fell asleep after that, but then I ended up watching it over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was looking at it and I was like, oh wow, this is really, really good. And I was actually surprised.
And it was good because it was so like a very good comedy. Like it was, very comedic for Spider-Man and the comic panel, but it was also very deep because, Peter was just into like a depression. And It's just, there's so many great moments to this. It's one of the better Spider-Mans, I think.
Yeah, because I know I was confused when I know he went to when Miles went to go visit the grave of Peter, and then Peter came from behind. First, I was just thinking,
he says, "Hold up."
Yeah. First in my mind, I was thinking like, wait, is this just another Spider-Man? And then I realized that that's just Peter again. I was like, oh, I get what's going on here. Yeah. And even Peter was confused.
And it was cool because Peter, that Peter had been doing it for even longer than the original Peter Parker.
Right.
For that, universe. So he was just like, I don't even care. Just come on, kill me. Like he was just so done with being Spider-Man.
Right.
It was like he kind of gave him a new lease on life, and then. So yeah,
I thought the movie was fantastic.
I'll also give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was great. The only thing that would have made it a 10 out of 10 is if they got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and
oh my god,
and what's his name? The little 5-year-old.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield,
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
If they got them to do a whole thing and they all had their suits, that would, if we saw that scene in the movie.
If y'all watching this, I want to actually know what y'all rate this movie, because this movie for us was really good, really good. But I want y'all to put in the comments, what y'all thought, what y'all rate this movie as, because I think this movie was great.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that. I'm pretty sure I got the same expectations that everybody else had, but it exceeded mine. I was like, oh, this is a really good ass movie. Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially for an animation. You didn't think that for animated Spider-Man, but it was. But anyway, that's our recap. Thank y'all so much for watching our talk, and we will definitely be recapping more things, more TV shows and stuff for y'all. Until next time, peace out.